right, we're on the back side of your notes for 0B Day 2. And this is the special cases. We have an OR problem, and we are going to solve. To get this x of 1, we're going to add 7 to each side. And this gives us x is greater than a negative 3. Or, and now we need to do the other half of the problem. Because we have a positive 10, we're going to subtract 10 from each side. So we have 8x is less than or equal to negative 24. And when we divide by 8, we get x is less than or equal to a negative 3. And again, we didn't flip our sign because we're dividing by a negative. Now, typically, ORs go apart, but again, there's a good chance that we're going to have a special case. And you might have noticed here that this really is a special case because we got a negative 3 for both answers. So, putting negative 3 on the number line, the first case we have is x is greater than a negative 3, which is an open circle shaded to the right. The negative 3 is not included. But then our second solution, we have x is less than or equal to a negative 3. Here the negative 3 is included. We fill in the circle. And it's shaded to the left. And so you can see on the number line that everything is shaded. And so we have negative infinity to positive infinity as our solution because we are choosing everything that is shaded. All right, looking at our next example, we have another special case. I see right away that my x's are going to cancel out. When I subtract 6x and subtract 6x, I don't have any x's left. So cancel and cancel. And I have the statement negative 6 is bigger, greater than a negative 2. So if you think about it, a negative 6 is further from 0 than negative 2 is from 0. So negative 6 is not bigger than negative 2. So this is a no solution. This is a false statement. And we don't even need to solve the other inequality because we already know this is no solution. All right, so how do you know when you have a special case situation? Well, we know that ands are typically in the middle. So you have two numbers, and you typically have the shading in between. And we know that an and is going to be just the overlapping region. And so you have a special case if the inequalities are not just in the middle or not just apart. The ORs typically are going to be going away from each other. So you have your two numbers, and one is shaded off to the right and one is shaded off to the left. And then an OR is just anything shaded, because it can be one or the other. And so you know you have a special case if you don't have one of these two situations. So for example, if you have two inequalities go in the same direction, maybe they're both headed off to the right side, then you have to decide, is it an and? If so, we're only looking at the overlapping part, so it would be whatever number this is to positive infinity. And if it's an or, it's just everything that's shaded, so we'd start with the pink over here on the left and go towards positive infinity. All right, I hope everything's going well for you guys. Feel free to email me if you need anything, and have a great week.